Converting a van can be terrifying sometimes. Today I'm cutting 2 giant holes in my van's roof and adding fans. I started by taping the hole's outline and covering the roof for protection. Next I made 4 pilot holes in the corners for a jigsaw and then cut our first hole, which was absolutely terrifying. This is not a cut you can mess up, but it ended up going well. So I cleaned up, deburred the edges with a metal file and cracked open a cold can of Rust-Oleum paint to stop those edges from rusting over the years. Next up, I put some construction adhesive onto this wood frame I made yesterday and glued that to the ceiling under the hole I just cut. While that dries, I got started repeating these same steps on our second fan. Another tip for you if you plan on doing this yourself is to attach the box your fan came in beneath the holes you're cutting in the roof to catch all the metal shavings from your cuts. A few more scary cuts later and now I've cut 2 holes in the van. So I deburred the edges, cleaned up the mess, and painted once again. Whoa. I got our second wood frame glued and clamped on so it can dry as I head back up to the front where I drilled pilot holes through the roof that we'll be screwing into in a second. I used a magnet to collect all the metal shavings from the drilling, which was very satisfying. After a quick clean, it was time to add our butyl tape, which will create a waterproof seal between the fan's frame and the van's frame. We screwed that into our pilot holes that we made earlier, compressing the butyl tape, and tested the fan itself to make sure it fit, which, oh boy, did it ever. That right there is called planning. Last but not least, we added some self-leveling lap sealant around the whole thing to give it another layer of waterproofing and repeated the last few steps on our fan in the back, and voila, we have 2 fans and no leaks. And if you made it here, just follow along for the whole build. It's gonna be sick.